Welcome to NutrienLive. We're with Nutrien Ag Solutions Western Region Manager, Andrew Duperouzel. Welcome, Andrew.
Morning, Macca.
What's Nutrien Western Region doing on social media, mate?
Well, mate, it's very early days. The decision we took was we're going to create a number of local social media platforms that we can really tell the story of what we're doing in Western Region. A lot of our former social media has been probably East Coast driven, and we decided we've got some really good stories to tell on what we're doing across the network here. We've got some great people dealing with some of the best farmers in Australia, and we want to tell that story. Yeah,
it's all about relationships at Nutrien Ag Solutions, and you've got some fantastic staff out there doing some really cutting edge research as well, haven't we?
Yeah, 100%. Look, we've got a great network of staff from, when we say West Region, it's still Western Australia, but we've got 2 stores in Northern Territory, so Katherine and Darwin, and then the rest of Western Australia. So from Esperance to Northampton, we've got, and Broome, I guess our most furthest north location. We've got a great network, and the key for us is holding, the relationships we've got with our customers. It starts at the store.
Some infrastructure you've been building as well, and building capacity. And the bulk end story is fascinating, especially in a year like this year, Andrew.
Yeah, look, this has been, I guess, a long time coming for us. We've had very limiting infrastructure for our bulk end leading up till now. We had one 9,000 metric tonne tank, and now we're in the latter stages of commissioning 2 25,000 metric tonne tanks. We've been trying to commission those in, I guess, what has been the busiest end time that we've ever seen in Western Australia, but it's transformational for us. This is really good for our customers in that this will certainly give supply certainty, better than what we've been able to deliver before. It's just obviously getting through this busy time at the moment. Going forward into next year, we'll be a lot more planned, a lot more structured on how we get our big end out into the network.
A lot of challenges in building a fertiliser company from scratch, Andrew. So your team has done a fantastic job. You've got some fantastic team members on the ground supporting on-ground support in the regions as well.
Yeah, we do. We've got a network of nutrition sales managers based from Geraldton down to Esperance and in between pretty much, and their job is to service our stores and service our customers. We've got a team here where we're talking today in Fremantle, and they're the back end support. Then we've got infrastructure in Kwinana where we've got a bulk facility, bulk dry facility, the liquid facility. We've got one in Bunbury, we've got one in Albany, Esperance and Geraldton. And it's 4 years young, if you like. So we're still going through some growing pains, but as Nutrien is, at its roots, a fertiliser company, we see a big future in it.
Bulk end, obviously a very, very hot topic at the moment, and as we're saying, there's the logistical problems with some brand new facility, and the demand is just exponential with the continuing promising start to the season, Andrew.
Well, Macca, the rain this year has been, as everyone would know, pretty widespread. The limiting factor typically when it comes to nitrogen has been enough moisture, and this year we haven't had that issue for most of the state. Put that on top of some logistical delays, some industrial action at the ports. It hasn't been smooth sailing for supply this year. We're trying our best to get our farmers and our customers their product, and the delays aren't helping. The weather hasn't helped. But we just ask our customers to be patient. We're doing our best.
Andrew, it is only the middle of July and there's plenty of time left to put on our nitrogen top-ups. What can we say to our Nutrien customers who are on the ground looking at a perfect growing season? The product is available, it was there, and it will get to the farm, won't it?
Well, if there's orders in place, they will. Talk to your local store, talk to the managers there. We're providing daily phone calls or phone hookups with our stores because this is such a dynamic situation. We've got ships sitting off the coast now that frustratingly we can't actually berth and unload, and that changes sometimes 3 or 4 times a day. A lot of the calls I've been fielding from customers has been, you're not telling us what you're up to and when we're going to get it, and the reason has been because it's a changing and evolving situation. So talk to your local store. We're giving them the latest information.
How's the season going statewide? You cover all the western region of Australia, all the way from the Northern Territory down to Esperance and everywhere in between. How's this scene going for Nutrien Ag Solutions?
Yeah, look, our business is firing. Of course, from a winter crop standpoint, it's full of promise. You know, most parts have had plenty of rain, and I'd say some are probably asking it to stop the rain, which is pretty rare on the second part of the year here. But you know, it's full of promise. You just hope that from a winter cropping standpoint, it can just have a soft finish, and farmers can get off what might be one of the best crops that they've had.
Nutrien Ag Solutions have got a fantastic team out in the regions, as you said, and one of the other issues that just propped up is Russian wheat aphid, which was found by one of your agronomists in Cunardon. It just goes to show how on the ball and how at the forefront Nutrien Ag Solutions is in the environment.
Yeah, we've got a fantastic network of agronomists, right from Esperance right up to Northampton. And you know, I'm involved and copied on a number of WhatsApp groups that these guys use to share information right across the network in real time, and it's amazing the amount of information that's shared, ideas shared. The network and the agronomist network we've got is second to none.
In real time, so it's real up-to-date information, isn't it?
100%. They'll be sitting in a paddock, they'll take a photo of a pest or disease, and someone will ask someone's opinion, and typically it's not unusual, you'll get sort of a dozen responses from different agronomists who are really experienced agronomists, and typically, you know, the problem's solved.
What other issues are we expecting this year in the Western region?
Macca, the biggest issue we face from an input point of view is supply. You talk about Russian wheat aphid. We're anticipating once we get some decent spray days and people can start getting back on the paddock, well, insecticides are going to go through the roof. Have we got enough demand? It's hard to know. It really is. We've certainly brought forward production. We brought forward some product that we had stored in the shed for next year. We've already brought that forward and formulated that product. We're still anticipating that could potentially run out. We talked about nitrogen prior. You know, nitrogen is still in demand in what is probably the biggest nitrogen year we've ever had. And
could be for use late this year as atypical, especially if it continues this promising start.
Yeah, 100%, and fungicides as well. I mean, with rain comes disease, and we'd expect that fungicides have already been in significant demand, and that just continues. And you know, again, it's predicting what our customers are going to need is the hard part. I just encourage farmers to be on the front foot and have some in the shed, ready to go for when you can eventually get out on farm.
Have the days when the farmers don't have their own stocks of chemical on farm, they're probably a thing of the past, especially with our new business environment with COVID, and the world has suddenly got a lot smaller. Has that changed?
Look, I think, and an example is just in the last couple of weeks, we're already selling canola seed for 2022. Some suppliers have already sold out of canola seed for 22. Now, that's never happened before. Of course, the commodity price will drive a lot of that demand, and that looks to stay strong, at least for the next 12 months. But we're nowhere near over the supply use of COVID. We've still got issues with shipping all around the world. Costs of shipping have gone through the roof. And supply continuity from our customer base, from our supplier base, I should say, is sometimes also unreliable.
COVID-19, it's causing a lot of disruption, and one of the main ones is once again the cancellation of the Nutrien Ag Solutions Country Football Championships. Second year in a row. You must be devastated.
Mate, sign of the times. 100%. We are devastated. 2 years running, cancelled now. You know, we were in consultation with, of course, the West Australian Country Football League, and the decision was taken that, unfortunately, for the, you know, basically for the well-being and safety of everyone involved, it just made sense, unfortunately, to cancel. And yeah, 100%, we're devastated.
It's a long-running sponsorship. It's probably one of the longer ones we have in Australia, and the Nutrien business has been going for in excess of 40 years now.
Yeah, 48th year this year of continuous sponsorship through our legacy brands and now Nutrien Ag Solutions. And, you know, we're super proud. We'll continue to stand by the country football Look, it's tough on the West Australian Country Football League. It's tough on the teams that come in for it. But unfortunately, like I said, it's just a sign of the times.
Grassroots football is hugely important to the regions, and that's really understood by the Nutrien team. And the sponsorship with the Nutrien fertiliser and as well as the Nutrien Ag Solutions, it topped this year in excess of $150,000 for the second year running. It's an amazing partnership, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. Like I said, 48 years is a long time. And then we bolted on a further, as on the back of COVID from 2020, we bolted on a further incentive whereby any new customer who bought fertiliser through Nutrien Ag Solutions, we'd donate another $1 per tonne. And our target was $48,000 to get there by September of this year, and that's our 48th year. And we're on track.
Positive start to the season, Andrew, and livestock. It's shaping up to be very positive statewide.
Yeah, it is, Macca. With rain comes feed, comes water in dams, and what we've seen, numbers through the sale yards have certainly fallen away year to date. And I'm comparing that sort of to last year, but you know, seasonal conditions in the Pilbara, Gascoyne, Kimberley areas, they've had heaps of rain and feed now consequently, and therefore pastoralists choosing to keep their cattle until later on when they're in better condition, and you know, pricing is still continuing to rise. Demand's great. Yeah.
That would be causing some logistical issues for your stock agents, that they would be managing contracts and still facilitating the trade that they've done so well for so many years.
Yeah, look, we've got an awesome network of stock agents, again from the territory right down to Esperance and in between. And but this is what they do. They relish in this. They love the challenges that our customers bring to them, and of course they love it when they can you know, break records on prices and bring some really good stock to the market. It's what they do best.
Thanks very much for joining us today on NutrienLive, Andrew.
Thanks, Macca. It's been great to be here. And look, the message I just want to give, particularly the Nutrien customers across Western Australia, is you know, we really do appreciate your business. It's a busy time right now, and we're doing our best to meet the demands of whether it be crop protection products, whether it be fertiliser products. We don't take your business for granted, we never will, but we just want to thank you very much for your business.